I just watched Lake Placid tonight with my dad and brother. We're on this, just watching a lot of these monster movie kind of things, or whatever, creature movies, right? I honestly feel like I got to keep this short because there's not really, this movie is so quick. It's such a short runtime. There's not really much to talk about. I like that it's another typical, every character is very obvious in who they are. It's fireworks going on, by the way. No one's getting shot yet. But I love that, like, the movie starts off with all the archetypes being very, like, specific, and then it kind of just, like, the plot kind of takes over at some point and the characters feel a little secondary. The CGI holds up really well for this movie. The effects are actually surprisingly good for 1998 or 9, whenever it came out. I remember watching this as a kid too, and it really it freaked me out. But a lot of the CGI holds up surprisingly well for a movie that's not The Matrix coming out in that time, and it makes sense why they kept a lot of the moments with the crocodile very brief, or why they're so quick. You can see that they saved a lot of the money for, like, the end, but normally a lot of those age really poorly. Like, a lot of them age like milk. Like, I feel like by comparison, Deep Blue Sea looks way worse. Like, Deep Blue Sea is like half and half. Some of the moments look really good. Some of them look really bad. This movie looked like it was the same quality throughout the whole thing, which I really appreciated. For an older movie. I love Oliver Platt's character in this. He's such a, like, typical kind of arrogant, scientist, just like a kind of an obnoxious character. But he ended up being my favorite character by the end of it, because at least he has a personality. A lot of the other characters are just kind of there, The main character that Bridget Fonda plays is got a lot. She has a lot of personality too, but I don't know. A lot of it feels just like a little undercooked. The movie feels super undercooked. Like, they put the minimal amount of effort, but didn't really care to go that extra mile. I can't say that about Eight-Legged Freaks. It feels like they really went that over the top with it. But Lake Placid almost feels like it's trying to take itself very seriously, but not really. I don't know. This movie's kind of strange. It's very strange as far as I don't know if I liked it, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. I don't know when I'll watch it again. But it's actually a solid background movie, or a solid movie to just kind of throw on and not really care about, other than when the big moments happen. I thought it's like very typical, copying Jaws kind of thing, as far as even the music in the beginning with the scuba diver. It's like the same kind of intro. All those movies, Piranha has the same kind of intro as well. And it's funny how they all end up going back to that, like, kind of Jaws-esque approach. But this movie is not, though. It's not bad, because, first of all, Betty White is in it, and it has, like, enough personality for me to say, yeah, it's justified. It's justified from, like, you should watch it once at least, just if you're into these kind of movies, or if you just love older 90s flicks. But overall, it was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of average. It wasn't like, exceptional by any means, even in its, like, not being taken seriously kind of thing. It's got this, like, kind of, like, some parts feel like it's not taken seriously, some parts feels like it is taken seriously. They also really throw in this romance between Bridget Fonda and Bill Pullman out of nowhere. Like, or not out of nowhere, it's just like this slow build throughout the movie, but you don't really, it feels very forced. It feels like some sort of, I was joking with my dad earlier, like, yeah, they're trauma bonding, right? Because it's just, I don't know, it's like, I don't feel like I got to know any of the characters enough to feel like anything for that romance, or feel anything just for any of them. The movie is so plot driven, or it's so driven by, like, oh, what's happening with the crocodile, what's going on, and what is happening, that, like I said earlier, like, the characters really take a back seat to that. So it's just kind of whatever. This movie, I don't know. I was, I'm not gonna lie. I was like trying to keep my eyes open. I wasn't even really, like, I'm up now and it's almost midnight. But when I was watching it, like, just about an hour and a half, or 2 hours ago, I just felt myself, like, not nodding off, but I felt myself, like, my eyes felt very heavy, and that just, I think, that honestly might have been from just the fact that the movie is not as exciting as it could be. But besides the ending. Like, honestly, you could probably cut out all of the scenes other than the crocodile attacks, other than when the croc is killing people. You can cut out all the other scenes and it's still, you get the point of what the movie is. Or I guess it's like one of those that it kind of feels like it, surprisingly, for being such a short movie, it feels like it drags in some moments, or feels like it's a little, the slightest bit of a slog. Not like boring, or not like, oh, it was taking forever. It's just, I don't know. Some parts of it felt like, very, like I said, very undercooked and very just kind of, whatever. That's my overall. And I think the reason I'm a little bummed about to say this, that it was meh to me, is because I was really excited to watch it. I was really looking forward to it, because I was going into it with nostalgia. Like, I watched this when I was 5 or 6 when it came out. I remember renting it from Blockbuster or Hollywood Video or whatever it was. And I remember liking it a lot more when I was younger, but that's because just, any movie like that, or any movie in general, was very exciting at the time. But I've seen plenty of monster movies by now, or plenty of, scary creature feature type movies, that this one just felt, very much like a glass of warm water. Just nothing that special about it. However, I think the ending is very solid. I think the ending is fantastic, and I think the whole the way that they wrote it, that basically, by these, mild spoiler here, big deal, right? Mild spoiler, that at the end of the movie, they say, wait, this is like they say, no, this is a what the fuck's the word? It's such a simple word. I'm just losing it. It's a miracle. It's they're saying at the end of the movie, it's like, oh, it's a miraculous, like, special crocodile from Asia. Like, how does this thing exist? They don't want to kill it by the end of it, basically. Oliver Platt's character is very passionate about crocodiles and is like, no, we shouldn't kill it. So at the end of the movie, there's this whole argument between, the group is divided suddenly, and there's this argument, like, do they kill it? Do they not kill it? And the way that they did that at the end was very creative, or it was very clever. And I think that was actually the highlight of the movie, was how they ended it. Honestly, it's like, normally these movies just sort of end the way Dennis Reynolds would say it, but no, like, a lot of times they just sort of, like, okay, they kill it, and it's like very cliched. I like that they did something different as an ending, or the ending was honestly, like, the most interesting part of it to me, as far as how they decided to go about it. And it was exciting. It was easily the most exciting stuff, was just the very end of the last, like, 20 or 30 minutes of it. But Lake Placid, it's all right. Definitely worth checking out, but nothing to rush. Nothing to rush to, and nothing, you don't have to necessarily put this at the top of your watch list by any means either. But yeah, check it out if you're into these types of movies. Lake Placid is the name of the movie that I am talking about. All right. That's it.